All right, on the heels of Thanksgiving and with the upcoming solstice Christmas season, it means dinners. And for some, that's exciting. And for others,
It can strike terror into the hearts of some folks. Like if
the hearts and the guts.
and the guts. It's the people. I was telling Malcolm, he never kind of considered this, but if you've got a GI condition or some, quote unquote stomach problems, you don't know what's going on down there. That time of year could be really tricky to navigate, right? We got family functions, work stuff, some things that you're expected to attend as an
Right.
employee.
Yeah.
It's not that you really have the option to opt out.
No, for sure.
Right? So it's tough to figure out, like, how am I going to get through that?
Yeah, totally. All right, well, I've got with me Ramona Remesat. She is a gut health expert. Unfortunately, fortunately, whatever you want to look at it,
Yeah.
from her own journey with digestive issues.
That's right, yeah. So it was back in 2018 when I got diagnosed with SIBO, which stands for small intestine bacterial overgrowth. And yeah, it was kind of a blessing in disguise, I guess you might say. I mean, at the time, I didn't think it was so great.
No.
But it is what set me on my path to, first and foremost, figure it all out for myself.
Yeah.
But then to be able to go on and help other people navigate it.
Yeah.
And the frustrating thing with it is that even though, there's been so much published literature on it now, doctors and gastroenterologists are still not fully in the know. So
Right.
this is where people, are going in, they're telling their doctors, I've got all this horrible bloating, which is sort of the foremost
Right.
symptom. I've got some changes in my bowel habits, things like that. And doctors are, they're doing their best, but they're not giving them what they need. They're not giving them the proper testing and proper diagnosis. Often they get told they have IBS.
Right, yeah.
And now we know that actually 70% of IBS is SIBO.
Right.
So they're again being told something, told there's really not much we can do about it.
Yeah, I know somebody that was hospitalized a couple months ago, with quote unquote IBS,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
it was like there was something like major, seriously going on that triggered her to go to the hospital.
Right.
Was in there, it kind of got things like stabilized, cleared up, and it was like, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
just.
Off you go.
Yeah, and conflicting information about what to eat, what not to eat.
Yeah.
Even one of the nurses that was helping with her, oh yeah, I've had this for 30 years, and yeah, you just gotta kind of cope and blah
Yeah.
blah blah.
And telling people to just follow a restrictive diet
Right.
is not good because, again, then you're cutting out key fibers that the gut needs to feed the healthy bacteria.
Right.
And once you lose certain species, it's gone.
Yeah.
It's gone. So,
And I know another issue too is like, okay, well, gut health, just eat probiotics.
Yes.
That
I
can
know,
make
right?
things worse.
It can make, and that's a hallmark. So if you've been told that and you've tried probiotics and you flare horribly, that's a good indicator that you very well may have SIBO.
Right.
Right? Because if you've got an overgrowth of bacteria where it shouldn't be in the small bowel,
Yeah.
and now you're adding more bacteria,
Right.
and you just, again, that bloating is horrible, and you've got abdominal distension, abdominal pain, you're running to the bathroom or else nothing's going on.
Yeah.
These are some of the things that are the hallmark symptoms and
Yeah.
need to be further explored.
Right. Okay,
Yeah.
well, let's maybe just kind of pull it back here and just kind of get clear so somebody can identify with like, how you might be able to help and provide insight is,
Yeah.
There's all these types of, terminologies, diagnoses from irritable bowel, which basically says a whole lot of nothing, right?
Yeah. It stands for it's bullshit.
Yeah, for sure, right? Like we don't know, but
Yeah.
we're going to give you this label anyways.
Right.
I know you can. You mentioned a more specific, SIBO, small
Yeah.
intestine bacterial overgrowth. It might be Crohn's. It might be,
Yeah.
any of these different labels. But ultimately, kind of what you led with is there are symptoms.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so almost does it matter if you have, one of these labels or not? It's
Right.
just addressing the symptoms, root causes, to be
Root
able
cause.
to move you through.
Exactly, and that's the thing too. With SIBO, it's not a standalone condition, it's caused by something else. So if you don't identify your root cause and treat that, then people will tend to chronically relapse, which is really frustrating for people, right?
Yeah.
You like treatment, relapse. So we want to look at underlying causes, we want to look at how to get proper testing, we want to talk about what are some ways to treat it, and then how can diet help in that too? Because as you said, there's a lot of conflicting information on that.
Right.
People
High
just like,
fiber, low fiber.
yeah, people are just like, just tell me what I'm supposed to eat. Like,
Oh,
really
totally.
help me, So that's what we're going to be chatting about next week.
Yeah, totally. So there's a course coming up Monday, October 28th. It's going to be in the evening, 7 to 9 p.m. You can join online, or there'll be option to be in person as well. I think most people are going to be online, which is great. And regardless of which you choose, you'll get the recording afterwards. You get access to Ramona's slides. And most importantly, you get information that will really help move you forward, and an opportunity to ask Ramona questions. She has been studying with the top experts. You're going to all these conferences, you're reading the books.
I know.
You
it's
are
a bit
on
much.
it.
And this, I think, now is like the 4th time I've done updates to this presentation, because I stay on top of the research, and it is happening like fast and furious.
Yeah.
So sometimes no sooner am I about to like do one of these, and like something comes out, the day before, and I'm updating it again. So it's definitely, current, right? The information you'll be getting is current.
For sure, yeah. And as much as you're updating it, there's a foundation that is timeless.
Absolutely.
In order to kind of move people forward.
Yeah.
So, looking forward to offering this again. We do have it as evergreen, meaning like you can go to our online course section and access it that way. But since it's coming up live, no better opportunity to join right now. And like I say, be a part of that Q&A, hear your story, because honestly, I mean, that's half the battle, is just knowing that, okay, somebody else has been through it, they understand. And I mean, you share your story and the journey that it's been. And I don't want to present this as like, oh, it's just be a quick fix, you take one class and no, but like to know, okay, I'm actually taking one step in the right direction, and second step, like that is invaluable.
Yeah, and to be able to know some trusted resources, which I'm going to share again through my journey of going through the weeds with it, because obviously you can Google anything, but how do you know what is trusted and what might not be leading you in the right direction? And the Q&A is invaluable, because I'm here, I can answer your questions live, and I think that's got a great value to it too.
Absolutely. So we've really created a lot of time for that. It's going to be 7 to 9. That's Mountain Standard Time. So regardless whether you are in Calgary or you're in Ontario or wherever you might be, you can tune in. And as I mentioned, I'll reiterate, you'll get the recording afterwards, so you can rewatch it, plus Ramona's slides, and it's going to be a good class, as it always is.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited. You know me, I could talk about that stuff forever. So.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so go to lightseller.ca, live classes and events. You'll see that selection, What is Wrong with My Gut? Whether you know, whether you don't know, I know that you'll absolutely pick up some valuable information to help move you forward on this journey, or somebody you know. I mean, guaranteed, every single one of us, if you don't suffer from digestive issues ourselves, we know somebody that does. And help is there. You don't have to suffer through this. So many people maybe try and hide it, or just kind of suffer through it, and they just don't know. Right?
Yeah, and like I said, with that holiday season coming up, this is a perfect time to kind of start that path of getting it addressed, looking at some symptom relief, how can you navigate it through that holiday season, and
All right. Okay. Look forward to seeing you there. Bye for now.